Formula One. You have delivered us another perfect race. Everyone enjoyed it. Well, unless you're Max Verstappen.
Does it matter?
Yes, considering your championship chances. If you have been living under a rock and probably don't know what happened, let me break it down for you. So the Spanish Grand Prix unexpectedly gave us a great end. So it looked like it was gonna be another boring race in Catalonia until suddenly a safety car came out.
Bruh.
And that safety car meant everyone came to the pits for fresh, soft tyres. This meant it was an epic race to the finish. Everyone was happy unless you're Max Verstappen, he was in hard tyres. Apparently Red Bull's excuse was that they had no more tyres left, but come on. Tyres weren't that old and it would be better to leave him out on those tyres but just to come in on hard tyres, because after that what resulted in what everyone is talking about. Safety car restart starts. Obviously Max Verstappen was struggling as he almost spun out, leading Leclerc to pass him. Then the chaos didn't stop there. Russell crashed into him, but Max got away very cleanly. I know what the most frustrating thing about this is that Red Bull told Max to give the position back to Russell even though he was clearly ahead, and later on the FIA said that he did not even need to give that position back. And also, the FIA didn't even tell him about it, or at least gave it any warning. But at the same time, I don't think they expected this to happen 19 seconds later.
The inside.
You do have the right, but you're not allowed to knock out the other guy who leaves you the space. Right? You're not allowed to do that.
And that.
Yes, it was a controversial move, and if you probably couldn't tell, yes, Max rammed into the side of George Russell. Yes, and he did that deliberately. And because of that, he gets a 10-second time penalty and drops it to 10th, and 49 points away from Oscar Piastri, the championship leader, ruining all his championship chances. People said it should have been severe, but in my opinion, it was severe enough, considering it killed all his championship chances. I've seen people compare this to 2017 Azerbaijan Grand Prix, the race where Sebastian Vettel slammed into Lewis Hamilton for brake checking him. He did. In that race, Sebastian Vettel slammed into the back of Lewis Hamilton, after brake check him, then just rammed into the side of him, which gave Sebastian a 10-second stop and go penalty. And despite this, Sebastian Vettel not only was ahead of Lewis Hamilton after this pit stop, but in fact increased his lead in the championship. For me, a 10-second time penalty for Verstappen, killing all his championship chances, is enough, considering the fact that even if you give him a black flag, he'll still, not be in that much of a difference. Anyway, are we really surprised about this? Because I've seen so many people talk about this online, saying that Max is a great driver and all, and yes, that is, but did you really not kind of expect this? Wait, maybe we didn't, but at the same time, I'm really not surprised. Max always had these moments. Remember 2022 Brazilian Grand Prix where he didn't give position back to Perez? Remember 2022 2021 we had all these incidents, and even 2023 there was a moment against him and George Russell in the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Even in his dominant years, Max Verstappen always had these problems, and controversial or not, that's him. That's really him. And I'm surprised at the people's reaction to this, People acting like he has never done this before. He's a 4-time world champion.
You pull off something like the move in Imola, and we all see what an incredible driver you are. And it's horrible to see that shine taken off.
Is it?
With a comment about that. I think so, for fans and for kids watching.
Should mature, but in reality, that's just Max. I don't think Max is gonna change. Mark my words, at least one day, or at least one time in his career, he will get a ban, possible ban, and mark my words. But also, honestly, that's Max. I don't think it should be a surprise at all. I'm not defending Max or anything because he did what's bad and it's good they apologized, even though some people were surprised they did. But still, not surprising though. Not that surprised as people make it out to be. And yeah, that's all.